Salutations everyone, this is Razor bringing you guys another Overwatch video here today talking about Moira and kind of healers overall as a whole in the matchmaking meta that we have right now. Outside of the main tank, the most important part of your team is going to be your main healer. And right now there's only two characters that people give that attribute to in Overwatch, and that is Mercy and Moira. Now, Mercy is the best character in the game. Bar none, she puts out insane healing, she's very hard to kill, she's got one of the best ultimates in the game, and she has the best ability in the game, a free ultimate every 30 seconds, and it's godly, and then nothing else can come close to it, especially in the healer category. But in matchmaking, where your DPS and your tanks are always going to be switching, maybe they pick something smart, maybe they don't, maybe they're good on one part of a map and not so much on the other parts, whether that be 2CP, King of the Hill, hybrid, payload, what have you. There's going to be a lot of inconsistencies with your play, your teammates' play, and obviously how the enemy team is going to play. They're going to be just as inconsistent as you. But one of the best things about Overwatch is the ability to be consistent in so many different aspects of the game, especially in matchmaking where things are kind of all over the place. And similar to my Orisa video, where yes, Reinhardt might be the best in some situations, maybe Winston's gonna be the best in some situations, and the chaos of matchmaking where your DPS are going to be garbage sometimes, where your healers might not be pumping the right amount of healing in the right places. Orisa is the best tank in Overwatch right now, especially in matchmaking, because she's going to be in the fight longer, she's going to be blocking more damage than Reinhardt, she's less susceptible to getting killed than Reinhardt, she can do more damage than Reinhardt consistently. Obviously, we've all seen Reinhardts go off and get gold damage. I've done it a couple of times, and I've seen some godly Reinhardts on my team and the enemy team who just can't be stopped. They're getting all kinds of resources put in behind them, and they take control of the game. But Orisa's consistency in being alive in the fight kind of makes up for what she may lack, as opposed to what a Reinhardt brings to the table with his much better ultimate, with his mobile shield. Moira is the healer side of that equation, I feel. While Mercy is the best healer in the game and the best character in the entire game, ask any pro or anyone who's seen Overwatch for more than a few seconds, it's pretty obvious that Mercy is the best. But when it comes to matchmaking, your main healer, you know, even if you're good Lucio, you're going to have some really inconsistent games because of the way your tanks are positioning, because of what the map may or may not be. And if you're, and obviously if the enemy is focusing down, maybe they have a Reaper who's always on your ass, or a Doomfist, or, you know, somebody who's just always taking it to you. Moira is going to be the most consistent on the most amount of maps most of the time in Overwatch, and that's why I feel Moira is kind of the best main healer right now in matchmaking, at least solo queue. If you have, you know, a Mercy main on your team, and you know, have someone who goes far sometimes, and you have, you know, a good tank duo, obviously Mercy is going to be the best in most situations. But as a solo queue player myself who's had a rough go of it this season, I was at my lowest SR since Season 2, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to make some adjustments. Like I mentioned in my Orisa video, I'm not messing around with Reinhardt anymore. I'm going to play Orisa. If I'm main tank, I'm going to be Orisa every single time, and I'm doing a lot better. I'm not messing around with Mercy. My win percentage with Mercy is god-awful, because like with Orisa, you know, who doesn't need to rely on her teammates as much, Mercy kind of has to rely on her teammates more often. Mercy can definitely carry a game, but if your tank duo is, you know, Zarya Roadhog, or, you know, Diva and Hammond, and you're on defense or something like that, you're gonna have a lot of troubles. And, you know, Mercy is kind of, you know, at the whim of what the rest of your team is doing. That's why Orisa is better than Reinhardt, I feel. I feel like Moira is just like that as well. She has the exact same healing output of a Mercy on average. At least with me, she's like 300 higher healing per average match that I have this season. But she has a lot of healing, especially with big bodies, which are really popular right now. She's the best healer at keeping up the Zarya Rein combo. And, you know, if your Roadhog never dies, that's always going to be an amazing thing, and Moira is real good at that, but she doesn't have the pratfalls that Mercy has. Yes, Mercy can be very elusive and hard to kill, but once you get to her, she's free depending on what character you have. Moira doesn't have to worry about that. She has the fade and she has the ability to self-heal more so than Mercy's amazing Wolverine-esque healing factor. Her ability to stay alive in the fight longer, more consistently than Mercy, is what puts her a little bit over the edge in my games when it comes to the healing output. And yes, while Coalescence isn't nearly as good as healing as Mercy is more of a defensive ultimate, and Moira is more of an offensive ultimate, or really more of a spacing ultimate. I feel if they have a Coalescence, just, you know, just stay away from her. They're just going to be winning the fight for a few seconds. Let's not make this a match-winning fight by investing too much into fighting this. If you can't, if you can get the sleep dart on her, or the pin, or, you know, Doomfist comes in there or something, then obviously you're gonna take that engagement. But Moira's ability to heal is only half of her kit. While she can rival Mercy in the amount of healing that is done, she's also, if you're picking Moira, you're getting at least gold eliminations every single game. Yes, she's going to be tagging a lot of things with her damage orb, but you're also pretty much guaranteed silver or bronze damage every single game. And you're going to be alive a lot longer. You're going to be stalling more points. You're going to be keeping your tanks up a little bit longer than Mercy can. You're going to be more elusive, and you can take care of a lot more threats than a lot of other heroes can in the entire game. Moira is the best character, bar none, at taking care of Genjis. They can't reflect you. You can run away from them, from their dash or their ultimate, and you're damaging them really easily with a pretty decent range, and you are healing yourself as you're damaging yourself. If he slashes in, get some good damage, you could fade away, heal up, and restart the neutral game, if you will. Or, you know, by the time that time has happened, maybe your teammates have caught up with you, they've respawned or they've regrouped or what have you, and you can start going to town. So Moira has that uncanny ability. Tracer, you know, easy kills on Anas, right? If they can't hit that dart, or, you know, like a really good nade at the right opportunity for, you know, the team to get in there. Genjis, they're going to have a, you know, free reign against a Zen who's not hitting them with Discord headshots, right? Moira doesn't have to worry about those flanking options. She doesn't have to worry about Brigitte so much because Brigitte doesn't have the range to challenge her, while on the other side, Moira doesn't really have the ability to get past her shield, so that's kind of a stalemate, and that puts it in your favor a lot of the time. So I just feel like Moira is very underestimated right now, what she brings to the table, and that so many people are picking Mercy. But if Mercy isn't working out for you right now and your team's just not getting enough heals, Moira is absolutely going to be the most consistent answer in matchmaking right now, and no one's really trying to stop her. You know, if there's a Moira that's going off, people don't tend to try to focus you, and if they do, you can just fade away and reset that engagement once again. So she's gonna rival Mercy in healing output. She's gonna be doing more damage than most DPS players, and she's gonna be getting kills than almost all of them. So she can kind of bring more to the table with more consistency. And if you don't focus down the Moira like the enemy didn't do with me, I absolutely pop off and go 26-0 with 4 golds and a silver. So if you don't check the Moira, especially in King of the Hill, where she's going to be really wily and not as a big of a target and easy as a target as Mercy, where she doesn't have as many far things to fly away to, or an Ana who can get pounced on really quickly. Moira is one of the main reasons why my SR went from as bad as it was in Season 2 to getting back to my highest highs. I switched from doing any sort of Reinhardt shenanigans to picking Orisa, and instead of losing every game with Mercy, where no one's protecting me while I'm rezzing, I'm not able to Valkyrie at the right time because the enemies aren't positioned, or the teammates aren't positioned right. And, you know, if I'm getting completely attacked by a flanker, or, you know, shut down by a Sombra or something like that, I don't have to worry about any of that with Moira. She's going to kill things, and she's going to heal things with the best of them. Just stay back, keep your tanks up. That is still your primary goal. It isn't to do damage, but you have the opportunity to do a lot more in between fights than Mercy does, and a lot more consistently than any other healers in the game. So since you can heal just as much as Mercy, as well as get way more damage and eliminations than her, and survive longer, then I think Moira's the best pick. The only thing you're missing out there is the Resurrect. But with matchmaking being as it is, people don't protect you for your reses. They die in groups. They die in unsafe places to where you can't res. You know, if you're not getting at least half a dozen reses in a relatively normal time of a game, then you're not getting the right value out of Mercy. Moira doesn't have to worry about that. She'll live longer, do more damage, do just as much, if not more healing. So try it out. I can't tell you how many times I've played Moira where my kill streak is 20, 25, 28, 30. I went on a 26-0 run here. It's just consistently happening on so many maps because people don't see you as much of a threat as Mercy, and you're definitely not as easy to track down.